dopest dope I've ever smoked. Hands down, dopest dope I've ever smoked.
It's not better than the Blue Oyster. You can't be. I don't think I can't handle better than
This
this.
is like...
No way. No way. I'm fine, boys.
Cut that shit out.
I'm fine, boys. Oh, God. Ooh.
Oh, my Lanta. Welcome
Come to smoke with us.
I'm Eastwood,
I'm Blue,
and this is our virtual smoke circle.
where we smoke virtually. Just kidding. We started this podcast as a way to bring the stoner community together because we felt like sometimes it can be lonely as a stoner.
Yeah.
So let's build this little community, guys. And
So we're smoking on some Gypsy Kush.
oh, is that what we're smoking on?
We got a new strain.
Oh yeah, so we can rate it today, boys.
Mm-hmm.
What? 2 new strains in a row.
I'm told it's a hybrid. So
Word on the street is.
yeah, Girl Scout cookies and something else.
What is it called? Cookies and cream?
No. That's cookies and cream. Sorry, Gypsy Kush. I don't know the origin of Gypsy Kush. I tried thinking
it's OG Kush and a gypsy. A
No.
gypsy woman gave birth.
with Mother Kush, Father Kush. I mean, it would be.
Yeah.
But yes. And we're bonging it up today, so you might hear some little slurples in the background.
Bubbly noises.
Yeah, you know the sweet sounds of getting high as fuck.
Yep.
I'm at a 7.5.
I think I'm at 8.
Okay. I'm like right behind you. I'm like chucking along. Yeah, so basically if you're at a 7.5 or an 8, you can continue to listen. I mean, you can continue to listen regardless, but we just advise that you guys high as us because the conversations.
Not at a fucking 8. Get out of here.
No, because the conversation can get kind of crazy. So if you're high and as high as us, if not
It
higher,
honestly
it's better.
helps you to keep following along.
Literally,
if you're
we
high.
have people that tell us like, oh, like we love your podcast, but only when we're high. I was like, I get that. Like, I'm totally cool with that.
Yeah, like there was one time a sober person was like they just didn't smoke. They're not necessarily sober. Anyway, but they were just like, hey, I love your podcast, but like, I mean, sometimes, you just kind of went off on tangents. So sometimes I like didn't like kind of just like zoned out. And I was like, were you high? And they were like, no. I was like, that's your problem.
Yeah, you're not going to get it. So, yeah, pause it and, catch up with us if you want to. You don't have to, though.
Exactly. And we'll see you on the other side.
And we're back.
We back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been watching too many goddamn VTubers. When we're getting high.
Do that one you showed me, the English bitch, the cat.
Yeah.
I kind of like her.
She's great. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
Neanners. Shout out to Neanners. Nyanners. Like Nean, which
Blue
is
is,
what the Japanese meow.
Blue was a closeted weeb at first when he was younger.
I was okay. So here's
And now he is a full blown.
I would say I'm a half closeted weep. I would say because I'm not enough. Like,
Yeah,
I keep it secret until you start getting in.
When you dress up, yeah, okay, totally give you that.
Yeah,
but if you live with you, like,
oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's like that's the closeness.
You put on the the clothes when you you cover it up when you leave.
And here's the deal too. I still would say I'm half a weep. It's
not bad to be a full weep. Just letting you know that. If you're a complete nerd, own that shit.
Own it because then you'll find your other tribe. Because if you're half owning it, then you just alienate everybody.
Find happiness,
Exactly. But I would still say I'm a half weep, and the only reason I say that is I find like true weeps only consume like manga and anime.
Oh yeah.
And
okay.
I consume everything.
Yeah, you're the mighty consumer.
Yeah,
of everything.
Like it's just that like manga and anime have gone on for so long, and they were like,
it's like daunting.
That's what I'm saying. Like you can always dip back in. So I love stories. Like that's my main thing. So I like video game stories. That's why I like video games. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why I like everything. Is like I want the story. So when I don't have a new story, there's just like a whole swimming pool next to me that I can just be like, Japanese.
Dude, you know what scares me about anime? And I think I've told you this before. But so guys, I am just like the person that I like reality TV because I don't have to pay attention. And like I can come in and out.
In and out, yeah.
I can dip in and out and know what's happening.
R.I.P. the Kardashians.
Yeah. I can dip in and out and know what's happening. But with anime, like I like it. I really do. Like Black Clover, great fucking show. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. But it's just it's such a commitment.
Yeah.
It is like
It really is.
It is like I know that weaves are the most committed fucking people in the world. If you want a truly committed person, date someone who loves anime because fuck.
They'll be with you forever.
Oh my god. Someone I know is watching Fairy Tail, and they have like 500 episodes, right?
Fairy Tail?
Yeah.
500? I think it's technically like 4, but yeah.
Yeah, he was like, I was like, hey man, you should like do this, like watch this or watch. He's like, dude, I can't. I was like, why? He's like, I'm watching Fairy Tail right now, and he goes, it literally takes up every free time that I have. When I'm home, watching Fairy Tail. When I go to lunch,
yeah, if you're trying to binge it, dude, that's what you gotta do.
He's like, I'm sorry. I was like, dude, I can't do that. I gotta have variety in my life. Like, and that's my thing is like, if I'm gonna really commit to something, I want to complete it.
I feel
like I don't want to just like stop. If I'm gonna truly commit to it, I want to like see it through.
Yeah.
But that's why with anime, I'm just like, man, I really want this to be like a part of my life, but fuck.
Yeah, I feel you. Well, that's why Black Clover, if you caught up with Black Clover, it'd be kind of good because it will come out like seasonally.
Oh, yeah.
So then you can watch like 20 episodes and then dip out.
And I could do that if that's how it was now.
Yeah, you get that.
But, and the thing is too, is like, I can do that with other TV shows like Criminal Minds. I did that with, but that's because it's a dip in and out show.
Yeah.
Like you don't have to be paying attention to every little detail for it to make sense. Anime, I feel like you do because it's very visual.
Yeah.
It's all about, like the scene. Well, and not that
you'll get more enjoyment if you're really paying attention. Like, cause you'll get the facial expressions. And I think anime, you get to know the characters more in a physical way than like live action TV. You know what I mean?
And I'm not saying that like, other shows like Criminal Minds aren't like, impactful with scenes and shit, but it definitely is a dip and out show. And that's what people watch.
And I would say you can get 90% of what you get out of the show if you're actually just listening.
Yeah, for sure. But with anime, not the fucking case. So, especially the ones that are like dubbed and subbed and shit, like sometimes there's just visual shit that you need to see.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't translate well. But,
oh, yes. That's actually a really good point too.
And that's really hard for me because I'm like, fuck. And so
I feel you.
I want to be one, but I'm not.
Yeah, I have to bat anything that gets really. So I realize I can like binge a show that has, I mean, I guess it depends on if it has hour-long episodes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I can binge a show that basically has like 56 episodes. I can do that. Like I can make that my main driver for a long time, like for a week or whatever. Because I watch a lot.
Yeah, he does.
But as soon as it gets more than that, I realize I have to batch watch. So I'm trying to catch up on One Piece, and One Piece is the biggest manga in the world and like one of the biggest anime. It's been going for like 25 years.
Oh my god! See, no,
nonstop,
no,
weekly.
I can't,
weekly manga, dude.
I can't.
You could have literally been born and started reading the manga, and then just been a few years younger than us.
I can't, dude.
No, but so One Piece, I'm trying to catch up on the anime. In dub, I am not about to watch 900 episodes of sub, dude. Right? But I've been batch watching it. So like for like a week, I'll watch like 28 episodes, maybe even like 50. And then I drop it for like a few weeks. So then I come in, I'm like 50 episodes because I can't. Like so much so that my one friend who is caught up is excited that I'm catching up. He's like, where you at now? I'm like, I'm still in the same place. He's like, are you serious? And then eventually I'm like, oh yeah, I got to this point. And he's like, all right, only like 450 more episodes to go.
No.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
One Piece I debated on. I like watched videos about like why you should watch One Piece and stuff like that because I was like, it's so much. Dude, One Piece was just so much. I was like, oh, do I do this? This is a real commitment.
My sweet spot is 10 to 20 episodes, 30 minutes to an hour and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
That is like the sweetest spot for me.
I feel you.
And I can get through those pretty quickly.
I should introduce you to a few other anime that are like 12 episodes that are really good.
But see, okay, so here's the thing. And I'm like down to try that because I've never really like had that like mindset. But part of anime is I want to be excited with everybody.
Oh, like, yeah. And then you need
everything.
the big ones, dude.
And so like the big ones are fucking long. And so even if that were the case, I'd be like, yeah, I know this one. They'd be like, oh, well, that's like only 12 episodes. Like, where are you at with One Piece that's 900? Bitch,
yeah, exactly.
Nothing. I haven't watched it. Like,
no, you're right. You're right. There is something about being with that. That's why I caught up on that one fucking manga was because I'm like subscribed to the Reddit and I fucking caught up on essentially the Red Wedding episode of this manga, you know, like Red Wedding from Game of Thrones. Which, you know, okay, I did it with Game of Thrones too. So this is probably the first piece of media that I would say got me as excited, like just like creatively every way as Game of Thrones, honestly, is this manga called Chainsaw Man. And so I saw the Reddit, I saw stuff was happening, but I was like purposely avoiding spoilers. And I was like, fuck it, I just got to catch up. So I read 60 chapters of manga to catch up. Game of Thrones, my friend introduced it to me on like a Wednesday. I caught up for 3 seasons and like caught up the night before the next episode. So
okay,
the next day I was like, fuck yes, I get to watch this with everyone else. That episode was the Red Wedding.
Oh God, dude. And I missed that.
And I was like, oh, fuck. And like the whole internet's like, fuck. I was like, wow, what an episode to catch up on. But like, what's going to happen next? And I was like, what now? I have to wait a week? No. So then in Chainsaw Man, I catch up the night of the release. I didn't even realize it. So I like, it was 82. So I was like, do. I got 81. I was like, all right, 82, here I come. I catch up. Basically a very similar thing like the Red Wedding happens. Like it's just blind mowing. It just blows you over. You're like, where's this going? What the fuck? And then I had to wait a full fucking 7 days.
Damn, dude.
I hated it. I was so mad.
Yeah, when Game of Thrones was going on, I fucking hated waiting weekly.
Oh, it was the worst, dude. I know. The only time that I was kind of okay with waiting weekly was when I spent a summer in Thailand.
And the last season.
That was good.
Trash.
Burn. Yeah. And it's 100% the showrunner's fault.
Okay, if you guys have seen the meme of like a perfectly drawn horse to like a fucking children's art, that's what it is. That meme is exactly what happened to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, and it's 100% the showrunner's fault. Do you know that HBO offered them more time, more episodes, more money? They offered them everything. They were like, literally, make this as best as you can, and we'll give you the world. And then they were like, no, we want to go make Disney Star Wars movies. And so then Game of Thrones were also like, okay, they did make the most popular TV show of all time. So like, maybe they can do it again. So we want to work with them again. So just give them what they want now. So hopefully they make another one. And so they let them go. And then their movies got fucking canceled by Disney. So they ruined the ending of the greatest TV show of all time for fucking nothing.
God. You know, I would be fine if they're like, hey guys, we're going to redo that season.
Yeah, dude, come back, bitch. Come back.
Redo the season. Like, I'll rewatch it again.
I heard that they're making an adaptation of something, and I forget.
Is it with HBO?
Yeah.
You better be fucking lucky, boys. They got you guys back.
I can't believe that they canceled their movies too, because I was like, okay, hopefully their movies are good. Like, you know, at least like if we got the best Star Wars trilogy of all time, we could be like, you know, the Game of Thrones ending sucked, but at least it gave birth to this. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? But now it's just like, hey, that Game of Thrones ending sucked, huh? And the worst part about it too is where the characters got, in my opinion, was not bad. I didn't dislike almost any decision that technically happened. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, spoiler alert, skip 2 minutes if you haven't seen Game of Thrones. But if you haven't seen Game of Thrones...
Also, no, 1 second. Bitch, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones by this point, I'm sorry.
I was literally going to say, if you haven't seen Game of Thrones, wake the fuck up. Like,
for real.
There's a whole world out here, guys. Live it. So, like, Daenerys kind of becoming the Mad Queen. Didn't hate that. Didn't hate Jon Snow killing her. Didn't hate Bran being the king. I didn't hate any of, like, the end points, technically. I hated how we got there.
Oh yeah, it was bullshit.
Do you know what I mean?
Like the fucking travelers, like the army that was traveling, that was like, we're traveling from like so far away. And then like the next episode, they're there.
I know, dude. They're like flying over the map. I genuinely thought when they cut one time to like it was after they defeated the White Walkers and they're like, okay, now we need to go to King's Landing, and then it cut to them in front of the gates of King's Landing. Yeah, and I was like,
so here's the thing too.
I thought no joke, flashback. I thought it might have been flashback at first. Then I was like, oh, Daenerys sent like her small army ahead, like scouts, to bring a message like, hey, just give up. That makes sense. You know, small groups can travel faster, you know?
Yeah.
Then it was like, no, her whole fucking army's here. I was like, we just skipped to this? And like, she's having like Missandei or whatever her name is, like, you know, about to kill her or whatever. It's like, they didn't set that up at all. We're just all of a sudden looking at Tyrion, who can talk normal, and somehow someone up in the tower hears him. And he's like, you said
the shade. Like, hold on a second.
Because,
bro,
dude, because you could like, he would like sometimes get like sad quiet. You know what I mean? Because he'd be like, and then we talked about your children, you know? And then she's like, I don't give a fuck about my kids.
And she was shouting.
Yeah. I was like, and then,
actually, no, did she even talk?
I don't even know if she was shouting, but like, I'm just saying, like, he's like down there, dude. And like this is not mean. He's literally further down than normal people even. And like, so there's a greater distance. He's not shouting at all.
You know, the one thing about like, never mind, I'm not going to say that. I'm just not going to go there. I was going to say like little people, like I've heard always have like really big dicks. Or most of them do. And I don't want that to be a common misconception, me not know about it and then get read for it.
But I mean, like, why would you get mad? Why would people get mad at you? Bless everyone with big dicks.
Yeah, I heard that Tyrion Lannister, the guy who played him, Peter Dinklage, has a pretty big cock.
Really? Well, here's the deal. If you're a little person and most of you even have average cocks, it's going to look bigger.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, they're like...
That's very true.
Like, it's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I feel you. But, what was I saying? Oh, so he's yelling. So they're just skipping around a bunch. Like, and like, it was like, ding dong. And then she was like, now I'm evil. And I was like, you were foreshadowing that she like had some of the blood of the dragon in her. Like every season, almost every other episode was like, the Targaryens do get crazy sometimes.
Yeah.
And so like, they were definitely foreshadowing it. But like, they just basically made her go, I make some dark decisions because I think it's dark times, to fuck innocent people. Burn. Yeah. And I'm not going to go through everything, but I don't hate where they got. I hated how we got there.
Well, because you're used to seasons, you know.
You're used to when you get to someplace, there's tons of build up and it's fleshed out and it feels earned.
Yeah. You're used to like that was the 5th season, right? The last one.
I believe so.
You're used to 1 through 4 where it's like, you actually have like see them go and camp. You see them get into little tiffs while they're camping. You see them go from city to city. It's like a gradual thing. Like it's almost like real time.
Yeah, like you would have expected at least one scene of Daenerys talking to someone she kind of trusts, maybe about something dark and maybe be twisted. Is like, well, if they deny me, maybe I should just set them all on fire, which they shouldn't be written that way because that's too stupid. But it would have been better than what we got. And
yeah.
And the one thing I do hate, the thing that I hated where they landed and how they got there, I'm trying to think if it's the only thing. It's one of the few things because like I liked where everything landed mostly. But one of the few things was Tyrion went from a great, smart character to just literally the biggest dummy in the land. Every plan he made got fucked. Every time he tried to do a good thing, it was a bad thing. Like, Tyrion was just batting 1,000 of losses. Like, he was just loss after loss, L after L after L, dude. It's just like...
Yeah.
He was so great.
It's almost like he worked for the WWE.
It was, dude. It was totally like it. They're like, hey, we're going to give you a #1 shot. And then they give you the belt. And then the next week they like take it away from you. And then they're like,
yep.
And then boom, 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 boom. And then you're Asuka. Like,
yeah. Oh my God.
Like they're starting to use her again. But for a while.
Only
there.
because Becky Lynch got pregnant.
I know, dude. I felt so bad for her. I was like, she had the longest streak like ever. It was such a big deal. And then they gave her like flop matches.
The WWE is known for their imbalance of wrestlers. They just do not know how to like keep it balanced.
I know they're like, you're the most unstoppable person in the whole world.
Yeah, it's either too much or not enough.
Until we want someone else, and then we're literally gonna have you in a squash match for an unknown
amount of time. You're gonna keep getting, railroaded.
Yeah, it's like, who's this up and comer? It's like, I don't know, put him against the Undertaker.
Shit.
Dude, it made me so.
Yeah.
And I hate how they made him lose. Ooh, we're just gonna talk about things that I hate where they ended. Dude, they should have Undertaker retire with this streak.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Or there was other times to give it up that would have been better. It was just so stupid.
He didn't even want a streak at the big. Like he didn't want
that
one.
made me feel better. Is that like every year he was like, Vince, let me give it to the new kid. And Vince,
he's like, please quit working me, sir. I'm gonna die soon.
Oh man, I love the Undertaker.
I know he needs to retire though, dude. That dude looks like he literally is in pain when he wrestles.
Well, I mean there's like half the wrestlers old wrestlers I see now that I'm like, dude, you did your time.
Just stop,
dude. I like do promos. Just do promos. Don't kick anybody. Don't take your shirt off. Come in with a jacket, do a promo, and leave.
AEW had the Rock and Roll Express on their fucking thing, and they got into a fucking fight with the new wrestlers and got like kicked.
No way.
And I'm like, you look like you're literally a step away from a wheelchair, and you're sitting here getting fucking kicked. And
what was
shit.
the fight over?
It was like different sides. Like, so it was like, the face versus the heel side, and they were like out there with different people. And one of them got mad at something that they said, and like, you're not gonna disrespect me, and like drop kicked him or something.
Yeah.
And he like fell on the mat, and that's all they did. And then they got out of the ring. And I was like, why? Like, okay, I get like maybe like suplexing him and like then doing like a finisher.
Yeah.
But if you're just gonna drop kick him and then roll out,
right?
Oh my God, are you fucking kidding me? Like,
Yeah.
don't do that. Like, do more. I mean, that's probably all he can handle. Then just don't do it.
Right. No, I totally feel you.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. People, I just don't get. That's one thing I don't get about the entertainment industry, or like some of the like parts of it, is like when your fans explicitly shout out about something that they don't like, fucking listen the first time.
Or like fucking listen once it becomes obvious it's like a really shared sentiment.
Yeah, like the whole crowd is like saying "fuck you."
Yeah, exactly.
Like
exactly.
Then at that point, be like, maybe we need to have a change.
Exactly. And it's like, especially wrestling. It's not like wrestling fans are not talkative.
Dude, the WWE did a work. I believe it's a work. It's not like for sure a work, but where fans were revolting against, like for Becky Lynch, like they were really getting behind her, and they still weren't doing anything with her.
Yeah.
And finally, Vince, Triple H, and Stephanie came out, and Shane all came out, and they're like, we promise to do this. Like Triple H was talking the whole time. Vince did not say one word. He's like, we promise to like, take what you guys say in the crowd and take it into consideration and to make it more better entertainment for you. And that's why we're no longer going to do like, the rematch clause and like all this shit.
What's the rematch clause?
Where like, if you lose a belt, you get a rematch the next like show.
Because were they using that to like take a belt away for like clout and then give it back to who they really wanted?
Yes. So he's like, we're not going to do rematches anymore. We're going to like really change it. We're going to really listen to you guys and give you the wrestling that you want. And literally it lasted for a fucking one show of each brand. And then it was back to normal. Like nothing ever happened. And I'm like, was that a work? Did you guys just work us? Like to be like, hey, we'll maybe give you this. Here's a little slice of it. Like the WWE will never be as good as the Attitude Era. I'm just saying that right now.
I won't say we'll never. I just think there needs to be
actually no. They will be when Vince McMahon is no longer
that's what I was gonna
the
say.
CEO and president, and Triple H has it because NXT is really good.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, I think the work was they showed you what it's gonna be like under Triple H.
Dude, yes. I literally am going to cry that day. Like when Vince steps down for whatever reason, I don't even give a fuck about him. And they give it to Triple H. If they don't give it to Triple H, I'm done. Like I'm
What
completely.
about if
done.
they give it to Stephanie, but you can tell Triple H has a lot of influence?
That's fine. I'm cool with that. I'm really
but
cool
like,
with that.
But like if Triple H gets cut out, that's when you're done.
Yeah, if he's like no longer like if he's only just doing NXT,
Then you're only NXT.
I'm only NXT. I'm not going to watch Raw. I don't really watch Raw SmackDown
Dude,
now.
I think it's crazy how NXT genuinely became like a better show in my opinion.
Even NXT UK is a better show.
When I remember there was a time that I thought NXT was so stupid.
Oh yeah, dude, me too.
I was just like, why are we even doing this?
It's because it was under the hand of Vince.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden everyone's like NXT. I was like, what the fuck are we talking about, guys? It's fucking NXT. And I watched it and I was like, oh god. I'm like, they're trying to do things here.
The same thing happened to
They're
me.
trying to do things here. This is like giving me memories of like good wrestling. What is happening?
Well, because Triple H, he was a wrestler. Vince has wrestled, quote unquote, but it's not like a true wrestler. Like he was brought into the business from his dad. Like there's no way that
he didn't like go up at the indies and
no, but Triple H did.
Yeah, and like the indies, like say what you will about going up that way. The indies show you how to win. Like you have to play with the crowd. Like those people are being like, I paid $20 to see nobody. You better entertain me.
Yeah, and like that's the thing too, dude. Like there are some indie stars too that are like way bigger now, and I think that's because of social media.
Yeah, I think.
But like it's crazy how big indie stars. I really didn't know a lot of indie stars when I was younger because you didn't see them. Like YouTube wasn't big.
You would have had to go to like indie shows regularly.
Yeah, and I just went to the WWE ones because like I could watch that and I could keep up with it like week to week.
Yeah,
but I love indie wrestling, dude. It's so fucking cool, and like seeing like fucking NXT just bringing in indie people, and also AEW bringing in indie people. Although AEW is kind of shitty right now, but it's just cool and refreshing to see that. You know, like Triple H is trying to like include those people and be like, "You're really fucking good." Come on,
dude. Let's just learn Japanese, move to Japan, and just regularly go see Japanese wrestling.
Dude, I want to see a Japanese deathmatch wrestling.
That's what
wrestling.
That's what I'm saying, dude. We just go. We're fluent in Japanese, so we're over there with them, just like bonsai,
dude.
Like,
I feel like if I became fluent in Japanese and I moved to Tokyo, I would literally just like want to be like average because I just love the like lifestyle.
Oh, dude, like it just seems like a place you could
like,
live.
I don't want to be like rich and have like a nice house. Like I want to have like an average house.
I just want to be comfortable and do my thing
and just have like just live. Like that's how what I envision myself if I ever move to Japan. That's how I'm going to be.
Right.
Because I just like don't, it's like there's so many people there and it's so like lively that I'm just like, okay, I've never been, so I don't truly
just
know.
Just go to a noodle shop at like 2 a.m.
Yeah,
little
dude.
drunk.
The only thing that Japan needs to change is your weed laws.
Yeah, dude. As soon as you change the weed laws, dude,
we're over there, bro.
Dome arigato, bro. Like,
shit, we'll say smoke with us in Japan, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, dude. Smoke with us abroad.
No, but seriously,
eventually they'll be like, abroad, you're like just in Japan. You're not going anywhere else.
Yeah, I do know that they're kind of going through like. Didn't you say like the height? It's like heightened since.
Yeah,
recently?
so they're at their all-time smoking weed like stats ever. It's becoming more okay with the public. One of the biggest activists there. So boba tea is like a big fucking deal in Japan. Like they didn't even create it, but it's like the place for boba tea now. As far as like,
oh yeah, for sure,
in demand. Like it's like America with coffee.
Who created boba tea?
If I remember correctly, I think it's the Vietnamese.
Oh, okay.
It's either the Thai or the Vietnamese. And here's the deal: if I'm wrong about this, guys, you can tell me. It's not like I'm attached to this, but that's what I remember from being over there and what people told me. Anyway, but Japan is like a big fucking deal there now. So much so that tapioca became like the #1 like produced thing for Japan.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and so like in country, you know what I mean, like consumed. So their #1 like weed activist lady, she got released, which was a big win because it meant that she wasn't getting like the harshest penalty. But also, she when she came out, it's either her slogan or what she said when she came out that it's because of like how the Japanese like say stuff and like their language structure and like how they like to hear things. It's gonna be a little bit weird for us, but she was like tapioca. Weed should be like tapioca.
Oh wow.
Meaning like it should be so
legal. Yeah.
It should be so legal and in demand in Japan that it's like their biggest thing.
Yeah. And If we have any Japan listeners, please let us know because we're fascinated by the culture. Like literally DM us.
Yeah.
Because we'd love to know more.
I wanted to say a Japanese word I knew, but then I was like, I think that's thank you for eating. So never mind. Like,
yeah. We're thinking about learning Japanese. Yeah, he's trying to. Blue is thinking
about it.
Blue is trying to convince me. It's a commitment thing again, but hey, maybe have commitment issues. Who knows?
I'm just saying.
Yeah. I'm leaning on towards
what's the
doing
bad
it.
thing about learning
I'm leaning
Japanese?
towards doing it because now I'm thinking about Tokyo and I'm like, man, it really would be nice, and that would be. And if we ever go, no. So if we ever go there, and I don't know the language, but you do, I'm never gonna live it fucking down. You'd be like, Eastwood, you could be saying this right now, but you can't because you didn't go to the fucking class with me when I asked you. So I might as well just fucking say yes now and just fucking do it.
That's because there's no downside. And like, here's the deal. Think about this day. So, you need to think about this when you're writing down little characters and you're like, this is stupid. I don't even know what this is. Think about this. Just look at this future. You visit Tokyo. You go to a cool ass shop that you want to go into. And then you can just go, konnichiwa, blah, 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 blah. And then the person's like, surprise. Oh, your Japanese so good. Da, 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 da. Let me take you over here. And then boom. And you got everything you wanted, exactly how you wanted it. And you could do it. And then you walk out and you're like, I just lived Tokyo. You'll be like, all the hard work was worth it.
I'm glad that that's your justification in your brain. I get that though. I definitely get that. It would be a nice feeling to like anywhere.
You know
honestly.
why that's my justification in my brain? That's how I felt in Thailand. Like I was like, if somehow I knew Thai right now,
yeah, it would
I could just be living the dream.
Yeah,
I could just like, that's interesting. Why can't I just ask people like, what the fuck's happening here?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I didn't think about that. Like, yeah, like transactional things, even like just simply talking to somebody.
Yeah.
If they don't know English, then you're fucked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Or if they know English, but they don't know like how to actually explain things to you, they just gotta be like, boom, no good, no good. And I know this because of Thai people that like, because most of them know at least like a tiny bit of English to like kind of get you around. So like you start talking to someone outside of their English thing, they're like, I'm gonna figure this out. And you're trying to figure out with your little like Thai, and you're like, nit noi.
Oh my God. They're like, what the fuck's up with this guy? One thing too, so like I have the fear, like I love global shit. Like I want to go to Tokyo, I want to go like all different places. But I have a fascination with London for some reason.
Yeah.
And I am so afraid that I'm going to go there one day and I'm going to fucking hate it. It is going to crush my heart.
What I imagine is we go there and I can tell you're hating it.
But I'm even like, I love it.
But I'm not going to say it because like, I'm like, no, this was a big deal to him. Like
you gotta let me take my loss.
But like there will be a part of me on the inside that's like he. Yeah. And I won't ever bring up the he until like 10 years down the road where you're like, you remember when I like thought I'd love London? And I was like, dude, I was laughing the whole time.
Yeah, I've never been. If we have any London listeners, again, DM us and let us know like how it is, because I definitely want to come and see. I just love like just anything I've ever seen about London. It just looks so fucking cool. Like the fashion and like just how you get around the city and like how the city looks and like just all the history.
You gotta
and culture.
mind that gap though on the subway. You know about that?
Yeah.
There's like literally a gap.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's like, bitch, you can't just build a little bridge.
Or fill in the gap, bitch, because it doesn't take up the whole space, obviously.
That's what I'm saying. They're like, mind the gap. It's like, bitch, why do I pay taxes?
Why do I have to mind it? Put styrofoam down there. Shit.
You mind it. I'm sure like someone's gonna message us and be like, actually, the architectural integrity.
Yeah, no, for sure. No, but yeah, like that's why like one thing, if I ever go to Paris, I need to know at least a little bit of French, because I've heard it's like a thing over there where anyone native to Paris or like even close to that, if you don't know French, they like will specifically not talk English with you.
So my sisters and my mom went over there, and my mom was scared of that because she had heard stories, and she said Paris was actually the nicest place they visited as far as the people to them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so they were all shocked by that. But if I remember correctly, one thing happened when they got out of the airport that made her really nervous with like taxi drivers, but I'm not 100% sure because my mom's a little paranoid.
Well, also sex trafficking.
Well, that's what she was worried about.
Well, and you watch a movie like fucking Taken, and you're like, oh god.
Yeah, and so there was that little weird thing, but that all ended up fine. But then the other thing that she says, she's like, they're the nicest. Except it's the only place that like anyone did get mad at us. So like it wasn't a normal person. They ordered a cheese platter, and my family is very unsophisticated in their palates, and so like they didn't finish the cheese platter because they're like, ew, to like the cheese the cheese that they left, and so he's like, you're not gonna eat it, and they're like, it wasn't our thing. They're like, he's like, this is really good fucking cheese. Like,
oh god,
like he got mad at him. He's like, you're just gonna leave it. And I was like, you guys didn't even just ask for it to go? Yeah,
I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna eat it later. I'm really full.
Yeah. So like, I'm not saying it's like 100% on the French dude here. I'm saying like like I said, my family, unsophisticated palates. I probably would have been like, but
right, yeah,
but or at least ask for it to go. But it is the only place anything like that happens.
Even if you throw it in the fucking garbage bin outside the store right when you leave, fuck.
That's what I'm saying. Just make sure he doesn't see it.
He runs out. Hey. That's what me and Blue do whenever we try to imitate French people. If you're from France or you're French and you live in Paris,
France and you're not French, actually, let me know.
Yeah, that too. But if you live in Paris, near Paris, anywhere in France, really, message us and let us know how what it's like. And
if you're part of a vineyard, let me know. That'd be super interesting.
Yeah, dude, their wine culture and history.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit, yeah.
You can go to Champagne.
Isn't it like it's only champagne if it's from France,
like
right?
Real champagne is from Champagne, France.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Everything else is sparkling wine, which is like a category.
Do they have like some fucking, do they only know the recipe for champagne?
No, so it's sparkling wine, but the thing that got famous is champagne, which is that. So
because it's from the city, that's why they call it that.
Yeah.
Oh, got you.
It's almost like Kleenex.
Yeah, I got you.
Technically, they're
it's like a brand. It's a brand.
Yeah, essentially. Well, a brand of a region, because technically, like 8 different wines can come out of there. But yes. Yeah. So that's the best way to look at it. You know what's fun? A fun fact of like marketing, like theory or whatever. They say you want your brand, obviously, like if you're going for like, to really be a big brand, you want your brand to become synonymous with your product. You know what I mean? So like you want like when people think of soda, they think of Coke or Pepsi or whatever, the more that you're the immediate thought or like the biggest name in that, you're a winner. But they say it actually has the reverse effect once you become known as that product. So like Kleenex, most people will say, hey, can you give me a Kleenex? But they just mean any face tissue, right?
Yeah, I never thought about that. Yeah. Holy shit.
Yeah. And so then it actually hurts your brand because then people will just buy the generic because they're like, oh, I just want Kleenexes.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
Yeah, and I've never actually called it a facial tissue.
Yep.
Wow, that's fucking crazy.
Isn't it?
Pass me the facial tissue. No, fuck
yeah.
Me. Pass me the Kleenex. So much better.
Yeah, sorry, Kleenex. Actually, though, have you ever had like a normal face, like a generic or whatever, or like Scott's even makes facial tissues?
Yeah,
they're not bad. But then have you had like a Kleenex?
Dude, Kleenexes are like
there's a reason they became the fucking name, dude.
It's a pillow for your nose.
I was using. I can't remember what's happening. I was like allergies or I had some kind of sickness, but my only real thing was I was just running nose like a bitch for like 5 days. And so like the first 2 days, I'm just using normal facial tissues. Well, at first I'm just like using toilet paper or whatever because I'm like, fuck this. I'm just having a runny nose, blowing my nose. Then it already started to, like, I was like, oh, I need to switch to something softer or else this bitch is going to be Rudolph, And, and so then I switched to facial tissues, but it was like chafing even because I was still running so much. And then I can't remember how I got the Kleenex. I wasn't purposely going for Kleenex, but I got a Kleenex. And so I have chafe. It hurts when I use even other facial tissues. And then I hit it with the Kleenex. Nothing. No pain.
Oh, yeah.
It soothed it.
Yep.
It soothed
it. They put some sort of like chemical reactionary
like
thing
angel cum?
Well, like aloe.
Yeah, or like angel tears or something, dude. Like
angel cum. Oh my God.
Here's the deal. Okay, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, when we think about cum, it's like, ew. But if it was great, I think we'd all get over it. Like if angel cum tasted like fucking cotton candy, and then you rubbed it on a part of your skin, and now you look like a fucking 16-year-old as far as like skincare wise, like in a good way, like just new baby skin, like you're soft as a baby's butt. We'd be milking angels all day.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We'd just be like, "Come here, bitch. Come in
Spray it
this
on my
jar.
face.
Come in this jar."
I gotta get one for the road.
Just
Or
everyone-
imagine if that were true and angels were like slaves. Then
That's what I'm saying. I think that's what we do.
it's like free. We have like free angels, like people like don't use angels. Come.
And they were like, "Yeah, we can see you don't in your face."
Or they would be the one thing that everyone would agree upon, and we wouldn't give a fuck.
We're all just like, but they're not humans. So
Yeah, I hope to get Botox. That shit would be so expensive too.
no. Yeah, that's what would happen is one company would just make them like all the angel slaves, and we have to pay that company. It'd be so fucking expensive. That's exactly what
I had
would
like
happen.
a whole story forming in my head for this.
And we just call it angel tears.
Oh my god, like that fucking song from the artist named Lavender. Something on these cocksucking tears.
Yeah.
Dude. Oh shit. Yeah.
Also, to bring it full circle, I remembered what the Game of Thrones people's other shows going to be. So there's a sci-fi novel that got pretty big that I'm meaning to read, but I just have so many things to listen to.
So much so that it's endless and I'll never read it.
Yeah, so like we'll see what happens. But it's called The Three Body Problem. And so I've heard good things overall. Like even people that don't love it are like, it does have interesting ideas. I just don't like it for these reasons, you know? So it's like a good sci-fi novel. That like even the people that dismiss, you know, are like, hey, not for me, but cool ideas. Like that means you got a solid sci-fi novel. It's a Chinese sci-fi novel called The Three Body Problem. And that's gonna be their next adaptation, apparently. So we'll see. I don't know enough about it to know if it'd be cool even.
Don't fuck it up for Star Wars, guys.
Oh yeah, dude. If Star Wars comes back for whatever reason, dude, fucking do this series justice.
Was it like the new, like, were they like a part of the franchise or was there spin-off movies?
Oh, so I can't remember for sure. I feel like I've heard both, but it was a trilogy. They got a trilogy. I don't know if it was supposed to be like 10, 11, 12, and then they just didn't like how the newer trilogy was getting received, so they canceled it. Or if it was supposed to be like, not literally this, but you know, like Boba Fett gets 3 movies or something.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know. But hearing them talk about some of the Game of Thrones stuff makes me nervous about any future projects they have. Because there's some stuff they said that they were basically like, we had no idea what we're doing. And then they're like, and then we can't. Then we realized this would work for us, and I was like, yeah, but I don't know if that would work for every show.
Yeah,
like you hear it, you know what I mean? I was
yeah.
like, I really thought you guys were masterminds. It kind of sounds like you stumbled on this. Like,
This is the diamond in the rough.
yeah, it was like, kind of makes me think those last 3 seasons are more indicative of certain things. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, we'll see what, I hope so. You know what I mean? I'm never anti good sci-fi movie like shit. So I hope it's good. We'll see.
Lovecraft Country, guys.
It's been getting pretty good.
Yeah.
I genuinely though, I don't know if I can make a real judgment of the show until I see how it lands.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Do you get what I mean? Because there's lots of neat and cool things.
There's been so many like different things.
That's what I'm saying. So like, is it just gonna take me for a journey that like I feel like this is gonna end one of 2 ways? Because I don't think we come out disliking it, but I feel like they're either gonna land it. I'm gonna be like, wow, what a fucking ride that was, huh, guys? Or it's gonna like in a good way, or I'm gonna land it and be like, it was good. It was entertaining. Like it was entertaining. It had a lot of interesting stuff. And now it's over. Like
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
like you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna be mad at it, but I feel like that's the 2 ways it can land now. I either lands, I'm like, okay, I watched that, or it's gonna be like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that's for sure what it's gonna be like.
But it's pretty good. Shameless, the show. You know it. Hopefully the listeners know it.
Yeah.
If you don't, it's a TV show you can watch on Netflix. It's definitely like a mature TV show, so don't watch it with your kiddos. And other than that, pretty good. Did you know it's based off a British show?
Yeah. Nope, I knew that.
I had no fucking idea.
Just like The Office.
And like the whole first season is essentially the British show. I've watched the whole first season of the British Shameless now. I'm on the second season, and there's a few ways they diverge. So like, Kev and Veronica don't own the bar. Kev just works there, and it's owned by a lesbian. And like a few little things like that. And some of those things become a little bit bigger importance. Like, crap, what's her name? I just said her name. Kev and Veronica. Her brother is like a person who sets fire to things in the British one. I think it might be in the American one, but her brother only comes.
Yeah, no, it is.
But her brother only comes back once, right? In the American one.
Yeah.
In the second season of the British one so far, he got parole. So he's out. And so he's already set like fires and stuff and create complications.
The same thing happens in the American one. He gets parole and he gets out, but it's like small.
It's only like one episode though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this one is like ongoing in this season. So like there's a few changes like that. But overall, it's like basically the same show. Like I was like, even the storylines, like the important parts of them, I'm like, did they do any like real writing for like the first
like in the like American adaptation?
Well, and like I think the British one has like 6 seasons. So like I'm really wondering, like one of the reasons I continue watching is because of how similar they are. I'm like, did they do any real writing up until season 6? Why?
So do you like the American actors and characters more or the British?
I think it would depend on the character. So far, I like the Ian of British more.
Of course.
Well, even just how he acts feels more right. I like the lip of the American one more, but the British one is good. The British one is good. That's the difference. Is like it's not like I dislike the British one.
What about Fiona?
Fiona, the American one for sure. Okay, and again, the British one's not bad, but just that Fiona does such a good job of like hitting the right boxes for everything. That one, the Franks probably equal. Like I think that.
Oh wow! Okay.
I will because I think that Frank is so British, as in like the American Frank is so American.
Oh, okay.
Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I think you can't have either one without the other.
Yeah,
You know,
no, for sure.
So far, like the American,
Debbie,
no.
you don't like the American?
Actually, I don't know. I need to see how this Debbie grows up.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's true.
And then the other brother. That's not a baby.
Carl.
Oh, and one of the other differences is their youngest kid is not of a different race.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if they're gonna do the youngest kid's technically not his or not, but the youngest kid isn't black.
Interesting.
Yeah. But it's pretty good. But again, it's literally the same points.
I'll have to watch it.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can get into a couple episodes. I got into Shameless.
I mean, you probably will, but you'll probably just get into it. Honestly, that was probably a good one you don't have to pay that close attention to because most of the beats are the same. So it's more like you pop up and you're like, oh, that's how this is happening. Wow.
That's so funny.
Do you remember what the mom, like, lover was? Who what?
Monica.
She came back as a lesbian, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was her lover black in that as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Same. He's more racist. Frank's more racist in the British one.
Oh wow. Okay.
But I think that might also be part of the times because
for sure.
the British one started in 2002.
Oh yeah, probably.
The show overall is pretty good. It's hard to judge it because I know where they're going in the story.
Yeah, you're like, oh, okay, no, that's gonna happen.
Yeah, but other than that, yeah, dude, I totally forgot Frank slept with Lip's girlfriend.
Oh yeah,
And then it happened in the British one, and I was like, oh yeah, that did happen in the American one too.
yeah, it's fucked.
Yeah, it definitely was, bro. You know, there's one strip or like strips of water in the United States that if you fall into, the National Guard will not rescue you.
No fucking way.
No rescue attempts will be made. You are just fucked.
What?
Yeah. Do you know why? Do you know what it is?
No.
Okay, so for this, It's the strips that lead into the Great Lakes, right? And the reason why they exist, and they're man-made. There's warning signs and stuff, and they're like in compounds, but they exist because of Asian carp. So we brought over Asian carp at a certain point, and I think it was to clean like the riverways or something. But long story short, they have no natural predators. And they're pretty great at doing whatever they want to do, like killing fish, because that's how a lot of fish eat. And they're great at that. No one's eating them. So they're just like taking over.
Oh,
And
God.
so in some rivers, they just take over. And what's crazy is their defense mechanism is jumping out of the water. So not only like are they destroying eco life, but they can be dangerous because like if you're driving a boat and you disturb the water, they'll just start jumping up. And like their weight and how fast they can jump out of the water and like where you're going can be like basically the same impact of like a major league hitter hitting in the face with a baseball bat. Yeah, so there's been like broken bones and a bunch of stuff that's having concussions because of it. So like there's like a lot of things. And long story short, they think that if they get into the Great Lakes, there will be something like I want to say it 6 billion, but I also want to say 56 billion, but I think it's $6 billion worth of damages or something, and like to the economy and stuff. And so they're like really trying to keep them out, and it might be more, it might be the 56. So they're really trying to keep them out. So the thing they've invented is these strips that are like a mile long or something of water that leads in, that they put these machines around because it literally sends out electrical currents every 7 seconds. To zap the fish. So, and it's not enough to kill them, but it'll turn them around because, oh fuck, run.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But it sends out like 50 million megajoules to 100, which if the fish in the water, they're fine as far as like, it's very uncomfortable. So they'll get out, but it's not going to kill them. But for us, if we're in it, there's a 50% chance you'll have a heart attack.
Oh, my God.
Every pulse.
So you definitely have a heart attack.
Unless you're like, it's so, and it's so dangerous that even trained professionals, it's written down like in the like code of conduct for like the National Guard. We do not rescue people there. And no one has, because it's like very well known, like, like notified and shit. But like, if you fell in, you're just fucked.
Where is this at? Like, where specifically?
Around Chicago. Going into the Great Lakes. Yeah.
That's fucking crazy.
Isn't it? And they haven't found any carp yet. Asian carp. Like
So it's working.
outside of it. Yeah, so it's working. But fucking nuts.
Yeah, fuck that shit. Dude, that is so... I'm just like trying to wrap my head around that. Like, that is fucking crazy. I guess you're that big of a dumbass, though.
Right. Do you know
Go
about
there.
drowning machines?
No.
Okay. So at some dams, and they're very well like notified, but if you fall into this, if like you were ever trained, unless you're a trained professional, they tell you not to help your friends if they fall in. So drowning machine is a dam, and it's at the certain point where, so like basically the water, there's like, they create an artificial cliff in the water so that the water jumps down and then it hits the bottom and then it springs back up. So it almost creates like a circle, you know what I mean? Like a tunnel almost, or like a cyclone, but then it comes back up and then it's up enough that it can leave, right? So it's like this bump almost. Well, if you fall in, it creates a bunch of bubbles, right? So it makes the water less dense, right? Because it's bubbles, not like pure water. And so you fall in, you're getting spun around at X amount, per hour, and you're just spinning and spinning and spinning. So that's already disorienting, and you're like in a vortex of water. So that's hard to get out of already. But because the bubbles, it's less dense. So you don't swim through it like easily, at least. Like you really have to know what you're doing. And so you're just going to be flapping around and you can't get out. But you're not the only thing in there, because logs and shit get in there and then they don't get out.
God.
So you're actually more likely to get bludgeoned to death than be in there long enough alive to drown.
And then you're just in there for all eternity. Your remains, everything.
Well, eventually a specialist will get you out, but but you have to call like the National Guard to get you out. But by the time the fuckers could get there, you're dead.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and so So those are also like really well known when they're there. Like they put signs all over and they're literally called drowning machines.
That's so fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I cannot believe that.
Yeah. Made me be like, wow, I really didn't watch what water I'm jumping into.
Yeah. Fuck that shit.
Just die in a drowning machine.
No. Yeah, I'm not doing that shit. Not going to the Chicago River and not doing a drowning machine.
Right? Oh my God. Crazy shit, bro. Crazy shit. I think it's a good spot. Maybe not.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, I think it's definitely a good spot. Yeah, guys. So if you made it this far, thank you so much for hanging in there with us. We went in a full circle. It was great. Loved it. Yeah,
Went in a full circle like a drowning machine.
Except we weren't getting hit by logs or other shit. Yeah, so if you liked the podcast, please definitely let us know. We love feedback.
Yeah, we're Spoke With Us podcast on everything but Twitter. And we're SWU Podcast
on Twitter.
Yep.
Yeah, we need more followers on Twitter for sure, so definitely check that out. We'll be posting more to it. If we have more followers, we'll be more encouraged. Instagram is popping off as always. Thank you guys so much for commenting on those, messaging us and telling us that you like us and that you found us. Keep doing that because it's definitely a whole hell of a lot encouraging when we have people telling us.
Yeah, and like community, that's how it gets built. We all start saying little things, coming back and forth. So we're really trying to build this into something.
If you have suggestions, hit us up. Let us know what they are. We love questions. If you have questions or you want us to talk about something.
Yeah, you can comment on anything or email us at smokewithuspodcast. Yep, smokewithuspodcast@gmail.com.
Cool.
So we're going to send you... Oh, wait. No, we're not. Not yet.
We gotta rate the high.
Yes, we do.
And we got to do a strain rating.
Do the strain. Yep.
So this was Gypsy Kush. So what is your rating?
This is a 3, but I'm going to praise it as a 3. This is the most 3E3. And what I mean by that is I like it. Just like that. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like if this was weed, I'd be like, this is great stuff.
One of my friends said it's a good, like middle of the road hybrid.
That's the best way to describe it. It's just like, it's just clean. It's nice. You're there. Like, it's just like, it's like just that solid, marrying that solid person. They're not necessarily your number one. They weren't your last, but they're nice.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They treat you well. They're just solid.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 as well. I think a 3 is a good place to put it. It's clean. It's like nice. And the weird thing too is like I feel relaxed, but I also feel very like coherent.
Yeah.
Like it's weird. Like I've never felt like this before when I'm high. So I'm like, maybe it's like a good, like,
It
like,
genuinely feels balanced.
yeah. So like it really is a good middle of the road high. So if
this is the Buddhism of weed.
I think this too could be a good like day strain.
Yeah.
I think this could be a really good like midday, like something that you just need to keep going.
Yep.
Like this will definitely keep you going. Yeah, Gypsy Kush is what that one was called. Yeah, so 3 all around is what we
gypsies
have.
smoke.
Hey, it might be, man. That's maybe why it's called Gypsy Kush.
It might be. So gypsy is a race, but like, do they like being called gypsies? Do they call themselves gypsies?
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you're a gypsy, let us know.
Hold
and
on,
if you
real quick.
don't like us saying gypsy,
You guys are going to get a little
know.
bonus story for a second. Because you said gypsy. And we're talking about Gypsy Kush. I have a friend who's in a band and they were touring in Italy.
This is for the real G's that stay.
Yeah. I was in a band and they were touring in Italy and they went into a mall.
Yeah.
And they left their van there. And they're like, we thought it was like a really like, chill place to park it. And they weren't taking up like too many spaces. And it was like, there was really no one around. They came out and their entire trailer was gone.
Whoa.
And so they're like, okay, cool. Give us a license plate. Like, give us a registration. The cops, like, he gave them all that. They came back to him the next day. And they're like, hey, guys, so we found your stuff. They're like, oh, awesome. So, like, we're going to get it back. And he's like, no. It's a gypsy camp that took it. And we have a treaty with them so they don't cause trouble. So whatever they take is theirs. He's like, we're not going to go in and get it for you. You're not getting it back. Period.
Whoa, dude.
Because it's a treaty that they have. And there was one that was close to the mall that they were unaware of.
Oh.
So they said that they took the literal trailer off the hitch and like took the entire trailer, not just the equipment inside of it, the entire fucking trailer back to their camp. And the Italian police were like, nope, Can't help you. Sorry. It's our treaty. We just can't. So that
That's
means like these
nuts.
gypsies were so just like, this is our fucking way of life.
Dude, how'd you not just become a reporter then? Like, you know what I mean? That
Yeah.
story's so interesting. I'd be like, I don't even care about my stuff.
Right?
I was like, I just need to document this.
Yeah, they were pretty pissed. They had to come home. They couldn't finish their tour.
That sucks though.
Yeah, they had
Oh,
to come
God.
home. Yeah, it was really sad. They were pretty upset about it, but I get it.
Yeah.
And
That's
it
super
was kind of
interesting.
interesting too that like I kind of commended the Italian police for just upholding, you know, like the law.
Like
Yeah,
in their area type of thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
not just like fuck these guys. Let me go. This is not fair. I'm done with this shit. You know. They're like, dude, we can't do anything about that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That
Is what it is.
That's so interesting. Yeah, man, that's super interesting.
Yeah, I've been meaning to look more into it.
That's what I'm saying. Is there other places in the world that have like these like weird like treaties?
Hey guys, if we have any gypsies that listen,
Especially if you're in like a treaty zone, dude. Let us know.
or if you're in Italy and you listen,
Can we smoke weed in a gypsy camp?
Ooh,
Even though it's illegal? Cause
I don't know.
I'd come and interview you.
That's really interesting. But yeah, it's something we can look into outside the show. Anyways, yeah. So we're gonna send you out with Saint Warhead
Sparkler.
Smoke weed every day.
I've been wavy for the longest, need the rest of y'all to catch up to me. Terpene gravy for my bong hit, so every hit is extra gooey. Then I light it extra doobie, get high while I Netflix movies. Pass it to my baby, muffled coffee, my face next to boobies. I like to get high a lot, I like to get high a lot. My girls to take smaller dabs because we have to buy a lot. I hate it when my lighter's lost, don't you too? That shit sucks, anywho I got shit to do. Need a smoker then after fuck, no I don't wanna work with you. All you other rappers suck, I told you I got work to do, so will you please get off my nuts? Sorry, don't think I'm high enough. Nope, light another up. Coughing while we mob and drop the glob, and when the glow is up, 99 problems think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pulling up.
99 problems, think I solved until I sober up. My squad do this often, we hot boxing if we pull up. Skip drip,
It light up like a spark.
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 skip drip.
It light up like a spark. Dabs got my fingers sticky like I'm Peter Parker. Feeling like a king, scrolling memes with scenes from Arthur. Sauce has terpenes, diamonds looking like it's tartar. All my friends grow weed, we got some inner city farmers. It don't matter if you broke or not, you can find a way to smoke some pot. Every spot is overstocked and every block an open shop, and everybody's high, you can't even find a sober cop. Every night I'm stoned, then I zone out and play Overwatch. Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm dozing off.
Then I get hungry as I'm looking for some shows to watch. Baby plug me with some munchies, all of a sudden I'm done. Skip drip,
It light up like a spark.
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 skip drip.
It light up like a sparkler.